Hey guys, I'm Colwen. I got another toy review, and yes, I've got the Transformers Legacy Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge. This is the evil clone of Optimus Prime, and also known as G2 Laser Prime. But that'd be in the Prime colors, and yeah, they're still doing the cardboard windowless boxes, but like it's a nice strong box with some cool artwork on the front. It's got the little peg. You can peg this up on the wall, hang it from a rack now. On the back, we've got pictures of Scourge in robot mode, pictures of Scourge in his vehicle mode, and a picture of him with his base repair mode thing. He's the Velocitron 500 collection. We got business logos things. He's a 30-step figure. And hey, best part. Look at that, look at that. It's upside down. It's upside down. I got him for like $18 at Ross. That's awesome. And the Ross had other things at really good prices too. They had the green grapple guy. Like I reviewed him recently. I already opened him up. If you see the other video, you'll see me open him up. But there he is. The instructions are behind him. This is really cool. Let me go ahead and get him unclipped and unpinned. But yeah, the Ross had the green grapple guy for like $10. They had the Cheetor, the gray blackish Night Strike Cheetor or whatever. They had Waspinator. They had Skullgrin for like $6 each. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Also, apparently there's an Ollies out here, so I'm gonna have fun hitting Ollies up sometime. They have them mistransform. They have them kind of transforming in the box. That's funny. Let me get them out of the packaging, and we'll bring them back in a minute. Hey guys, I'm Colwen, and yes, this guy is actually as good as they say he is. His vehicle mode, for starters, is this really nice, fairly realistic looking semi-truck with like a fuel tanker on the back, and it's just vague enough that you don't really know what it is. Like the front paint job is nice. He's got all the silver all over the front. He's got all that dark red clear plastic, and like for the headlights and for the windows, all this teal paint all over. Ooh. Yes, the trailer moves very nicely. Like it gets stuck occasionally, but like it's enough. It's fine. Like, it rolls very well. Let's go ahead and then get them side by side with the aircraft carrier, the Voyager class figure. So like most of Scourge's size is definitely in his trailer. So let's go ahead and put that to the side right there. And yeah. But even still, that's still not bad. That is kind of a Voyager. Let's put you over there, and let's bring in Phil Noir Spider-Man for a moment. See that? Oh, there we go. Let me stand it up somewhere. We have to get this up here in a minute for robot mode anyways. So, let's talk about the trailer for a moment. So yes, we already talked, it's got all the nice silver paint on it. It's got all the nice little exhaust details, and like you have no idea what this thing is meant to be hauling, but it's cool and dangerous. If you come up here on top, you can actually get in there with your fingernail and pop off this little gun turret thing that comes in handy in base mode. And you can see underneath they even molded in some weird little tech detailing, so it kind of matches in there. That's cool looking. It's not in the instructions, but there is kind of a tower mode where you just stand it up on its back end and you fold things out. And like, I'm sure, do I have him around here? Yeah, okay. He doesn't fit, but there are Transformers smaller than him, like the Micromasters and other things like that would probably fit very well in that little hole right there. I don't got any of them available right now. But to convert to power up or tower mode, you're just going to split it right down the sides. You see that? And I was storing the shield in there because I didn't know where else to put it. Then we're going to take this and bend it down at the hinge. Take this part and like swing it up and around. Okay, so now down here, so now we can take this part and peg that back in up there, and you got your little turret thing going on. Is it? Ooh, that is neat. I did not know that. I'm taking all kinds of things off of this thing now. Oh my, did I? Oh no, never mind. I'm just completely breaking things. I'm being silly and I am literally just breaking things. Okay. Hold on. The platform here is on its own little hinge, and then it just friction pegs on, and it swivels, and for some reason okay. That right there, that is a plug for an effect part, so you can have it look like it's been blown up. You got this cool little robot arm thing going on here. Can we bend it down more? No, you can't bend it down anymore, but like it's got plenty of range of motion, especially if you bring in that bigger hinge in there. And I'm sure you can just leave this all the way up and just hinge it down and use it that way. And hey, you see all these holes along here? You can actually peg this thing in all of these different holes. And like these two right here closer to the middle, you can still get full range of motion. But then these ones, when you use it, it really restricts the motion. But you really are meant to like have it right here in the middle. And if you're gonna go G2 style, you would bend that up out of the way, bring that down. Can I leave it down like that? I can leave it down like that. And this turned around like this, actually. Orientate it like this with the ramp going backwards. That there is the battle station for Scourge from RID. Now, here we are back to the main dude himself. And he does some interesting things. Again, even by himself, he's got the nice dark black paint job. He's got the red windows. He's got the silver and the teal. He's got all these peg ports. He's got peg port up here on the front, peg port back here. Now, this peg port, actually, I'm kind of worried about because the plastic around it is made out of a clear plastic. So that is something to be aware of. His sword stores down below, and if you're so inclined, you got these little pegs here that you can store his other weapon. But, you know, when this is on here, you can't really peg in the trailer. So, yeah. And that is a 5mm port. That is also a 5mm port. He borrows these legs from a previously made Optimus Prime. I don't know which one. I probably have one of them. But more and more lately, they are reusing body parts in all kinds of different ways. Here is this sword. Now, yeah, it is a clear plastic, but we don't worry too much about clear plastic weapons because they're not load-bearing. You don't, sit here twisting and pulling on it all day long. Like, that might be an issue, but there's no real heavy load on it, and there's a metal pin in there. So, and whatever this is, I don't know. It's his rounded off axe of doom, and I'm sure if you mount it on his arm, you could probably use it as a shield. There is some cool little like tech detailing molded on there. I like that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into transformation. Gonna come up here, and these big blocks here, that would be like the extended cab on a real semi-trailer. You're gonna fold those up. Those are gonna become our arms later on. We're gonna come down here, and we're gonna bring them down at the hips, and you're gonna wanna fold down these panels to be his knees. Come down here, open up these back parts to be his feet, and now we can stand him up. And yes, he has his obligatory Gur truck mode. It's supposed to be funny. Okay, now there's a hinge back here behind the cab. That is where you're gonna hinge everything backwards like this. And he becomes a big boy. So do I have my camera? Okay, camera's gonna be fine. This is some weirdness up in here. Come up in here. Oh, no, first, we have to split open the front end of the truck. And we're gonna, there's these double hinges in here. You're gonna swivel it down and lock it in place. And these are panels that lift up out of the way so he can move his arms. But we're not there yet. So, come to the cab here and bring that down. Okay. These arms here are gonna swivel forward. So have the shoulders up out of the way. Bring down, okay, this section right up here needs to come down. But what's funny is that this, if you remember, let me close that back down. That's the grill. Oh, no, that isn't. That's a faux grill. They have a faux grill. They use a faux grill. Good, they're using a fake grill. This whole section is going to swivel down and outwards. And then we're going to pull that out. And then these tabs are going to go into these little slots right above the hips. Like that. Oh, bring the arms out of the way. Like that. Now, these panels here were the doors in truck mode. We're going to bring them up a little bit. Then, come on. These right here, there's a swivel inside here. The arms are going to swivel forward a little bit. Just bring them forward a little bit. Okay? Then you close up the side panels. Oh, you need to use that hinge. My thumb is in the way. My thumb is in the way. You close up these panels on either side. Okay, there's a hinge back here that hinges this whole thing backwards just enough, because on the back of these panels there's a tab that's going to go into a slot there on both sides. Okay, you got to pay attention when you transform them. Then you can close down the chest and complete bringing around the arms. Did y'all see that? I know it was way up here at the top of the screen, but like, oh, yeah, that's for later. That's for later. Let's go back again, okay? We have to hinge it. There's a hinge back here on his back. These panels you bring up. Then you bring the arms around. You bring those panels all the way up. You close things over. There's tabs that go into slots. You close down the chest. There's tabs that go into slots. Then you can close the arms around. 33 steps indeed. Let's bring down the shoulders, straighten them out again. Now his arms, these things are funny too. Like, grab him by the gray part here, then bring back the lower half of the arm so you can bring out the wrist, the hands on a ball joint. And then you're going to want to twist the arm back around at the upper shoulder swivel. And that's another interesting thing. When he transforms, this swivel here, you swear that looks like it's broken. It's supposed to look like that, because it goes to that when he's in robot mode. And then we need to open up the front of his arm, actually, not the back of his arm, because when you orientate it properly, that becomes the front of his arm. And now he's got both arms. Now it's funny. No, we'll get into that in a moment, okay? Bring down the shoulders, bring up over the head for the epic head reveal, and then here's the backpack. And it can actually hinge down pretty far, and there's some, I don't know if this tech detailing is ever supposed to be seen other than when you're transforming them, but cool, you know, all right. And you close up and look at that. There's like no backpack. There's no backpack. We got him in his robot mode. Let's go ahead and arm him up. He's got the sword. He's got the pizza shield. Oh, and I want to do this. Let's take the gun. Again, I ripped the whole thing off. Here I am breaking my toy. There we go. Came off so easily, but I couldn't get it back on. He's got siege ports all over, and if you want to, you can mount the gun underneath his arm like that, and so he has like an Come on. Come on. Pose up. Oh, actually, I was going to put that somewhere else, but I like that right there. He's got his sword with an underarm double barrel blaster gun. I like that. That is cool. And like, this is completely new stuff. Everything that's revealed is new. Like the sides of his legs down here you saw in vehicle mode. The back of his truck you saw in vehicle mode. And the back of his shoulders were vehicle mode. And that was in vehicle mode. But you see all the new thigh detail. And he has these big old blaster guns that are now revealed in robot mode. And the chest is completely different. We've talked about the weapons already. We've talked about the base already. But like he's supposed to pose behind the base like here. You can bring in broadside. You can bring in Fillmore Spider-Man. Put the base back over there. Love all the teal, shiny teal paint job going on all over this guy and this head sculpt. Like it's supposed to be evil Optimus Prime, but like it's a great Optimus Prime, and he is light piped. Let me go ahead and bring my light in over here, and can his eyes light up? Oh yeah, can you see that? See that? That is some glorious light piping right there, I tell you what. Let me disarm you for a moment. And before we get into articulation, and then we'll wrap things all up. He's got cool little hidden gimmicks. He's got all the siege ports. He's got the ones that were the wind blew the door open. He's got the siege ports that were available in the vehicle mode, but then he's got these ones that I think they're available in vehicle mode, but they may not have been. And there's that other one right there, but that was in vehicle mode too. So he's got all the siege ports. Up here on his shoulders, these cannons open up. They're unpainted, but I can go in there with a little bit of black felt tip marker even. He's got these missile launchers up in his shoulders. And open it up, he's got the Matrix in his chest. The Matrix is removable. I don't really know any ways to use it. There is a 5mm peg port on the back, so there are options, but I'm just going to close that back up for right now. Articulation. He's got a very decent ball-jointed neck. He's got all kinds of wiggly-waggly. You can use the transformation joint to look up. He can lean forward on his hips. He's got a look at that waist swivel. That's a good waist swivel. These shoulders do get in the way, but there's that panel there. That he can lift his arm up and he can lift his arm around. So like other than him lifting his arm all the way up and doing jumping jacks, you're going to get some pretty decent posability out of him. You got the upper arm swivel that when you use it too much, it looks kind of weird. Decent elbow swivel. He's got ball jointed wrists, but it's absolutely restricted by that sharp angled. And I can tell it's ball jointed because if you can open up the transformation, see there's ball jointed right there. They could have just done a simple pin swivel, but that must have had something to do with molding it and making it chipper to mold. Hey, okay. We already did the waist. He's got very good universal jointed hips. He's got an at the hip swivel. Nice, just over like maybe 100 degree on the knee. He's got, look at that. Oh, he can break his ankles. He's got toes and he's got the heels. And if you're so inclined, he's got more peg ports on the bottom of his feet even. Do I think he was a good price at $56? He's a Voyager with an added base. I don't think he was good at $56. I'm glad I got him at $18. I got him for a really good old school price, really, if anything. Did I bring in film? Yeah, we did that already. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. If you like Scourge, if you like the G2 Laser Prime, you're probably going to get him or Toxitron or one of the others. Would I recommend you pay $56 for him? No, try and get him for like $40 or less. $40 or less, really. Like, Hasbro is kind of doing their own thing right now, but like, plastic crack. We know how it is. I'm Colwen. This has been Transformers Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge. It's a fun figure. Depends on what you're willing to pay for them. Thanks for watching. Hey, yo. I hope you're still around. I was reading the instructions a moment ago, and I realized I found out I made a mistakey. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pop this in at the very end of the video and see the mistake that I did. Open that up all the way. Use that hinge to bring up those panels. Bring up. Oh, I'm forgetting how to transform this guy already. There we go. Whew. Okay, not gonna bother with that part. How about that? Okay, so this is the mistake. I did this. Apparently, we are supposed to come in here. And these, I did mention these in the video. To do that. And then, oh, I see. Okay, this is cute. You're never gonna see it. When I did it, it ends up like this. You got these big old gaping holes underneath his truck section. But by folding that down, you fill in that ugly gap, and he's got cool little thruster backpack going on. Scourge can fly. Scourge can fly.